It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC West foes. It's the Cards and the Niners, next on Madden Football.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a guy who's moved around a bit in his career already. Out of the University of Texas, it's Colt McCoy.
This is a guy who has studied and learned the game since birth. The son of a coach, grew up in the game, understands how to motivate and how to maneuver the football downfield when given an opportunity under center.
Now McCoy. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
First carry for James Conner, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's McCoy. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Ray McLeod. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader. And that's Brock Purdy.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Boy, an effective effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. On first down, Purdy. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled it by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
A gain of 14. First down, Arizona.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with cover. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. McCoy. And that'll be off the mark. Too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So third down. They need to get to the 28 for first. Operating from the gun. McCoy. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It did lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll get this down around the 47-yard line. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and a little extra pace that he had on the pass. That required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Oh, boy, hang on here. J.J. Watt appears to be injured or at least shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Purdy off the play fake. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
That's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief. Huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Back to throw, Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here's Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. That'll go for gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
We'll hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And right side, they're going to go option here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCoy. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running ball. That also carries over to passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy most likely to bring him down. That was a nice game.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. McCoy toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they get their offense back on track.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. McCoy. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw. McCoy dancing to his left. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Looking to throw. McCoy. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, McCoy. It's complete to Hopkins. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excite them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Prater's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Three, a tight one after one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. They find some open field here. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 18 yards, first down Niners.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
2nd and 4. McCaffrey running up the middle. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They continue to run the football this right in the middle. I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 72 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
Running games play a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have taken the lead. They go I formation, fullback leads away for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. after the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Cooper, he's going to remain in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Cardinal offense takes back over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have them all go through goalposts.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. McCoy steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
To throw on 3rd down, McCoy. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. On the draw, Connor. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
We often talk situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys are getting along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense, and that's their turn to take it downfield.
Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now, right where this set down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, and you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. McCoy going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off the play fake. McCoy. And that'll be incomplete. Trey McBride, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. On a left hash, this from 48 yards. Prater's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Taken at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And they get him down, but not before it takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's over the... And he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And boy, ball security a problem for him so far. 2 first-half fumbles. The first one they were able to keep. This one, a turnover.
And they've got to determine what is causing these turnovers. Is it extra effort, trying to get extra yardage? Sometimes you just have to take what you can get and just take care of the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on a first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
This a 2nd and 7 for the 37. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. From the 41, McCoy. This will be caught by Brown. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. 3rd catch of his first half for him, and this one's a first down.
Smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. He did a really nice job there holding onto the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
They'll try the left side with Connor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. McCoy. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that's a golden opportunity wasted there.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Eluding the and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot. He tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. from just shy of midfield. Purdy. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for third down. Throwing here, Purdy. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So on fourth down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Cardinals will take over, 1st and 10. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, it's a big-time play by the defense.
A final shot before break. McCoy, screen pass to Connor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Arizona. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring out second down. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
I don't care what anyone says. I want a big-time back in this kind of yardage each and every time I step on the field. A tone setter, these guys are hard to find.
So from a 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, the 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Gould for the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the last play on the drive, a touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here, all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Cardinal 1st down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And a loose football. And now it's scooped up by the 49ers. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this 3rd quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And Kittle catching the slant. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
2nd and 8 coming up. Purdy looking to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. McCaffrey. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one must have the hat trick against them.
Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. They'll try and power it in. Juszczyk. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in from a yard out. As these guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's McCoy. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection could be made on that throw.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Here's McLeod on the return. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Second down and 8. Purdy now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. And he'll dump this up to his running back, McCaffrey. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they show confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Now McCoy. Got him in. It's Brown. And they take this out near the 30 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st down, McCoy. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. This is Connor running right, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, McCoy. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. A yard in the wrong direction. Next 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. On third down, McCoy. Over the middle, complete. It's Connor. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Andy Lee now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that is how you do it, my friends. This will be spotted out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first down, Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 158 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
Playing as a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running football.
On third down, it's Purdy. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he's going to have the Niners first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on third and inches.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. From the shotgun, McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Holding, offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and it wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
That'll be 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Throwing to start the drive. McCoy. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jarvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with the score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you picked the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. McCaffrey running up the middle. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. First down, San Francisco, to pick up 14 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
So first and 10 now from the 30. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 189 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
And he'll take this one inside and 10 down to the 8. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Christian McCaffrey from 8 yards out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Pharaoh Cooper now going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. But this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline. because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
From the 36, McCoy goes right back to McBride.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now a second and long after the hold. Operating for the gun, McCoy. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I like what he showed me in this game because he certainly has understood when it was time to scramble with the ball. On this play, he shows me that he knows when to throw it away as well.
The Cardinals on third down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he steps away, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Purdy. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
To throw again on second down, McCoy. He's going deep for Brown. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And a little floater there is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw again. Quick slant to Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, McCoy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. McCoy. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, McCoy. This will be caught by Brown. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. McCoy. Now he's flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
A wise choice was made here, and he didn't risk a turnover because he understood the pressure was coming, saw the tight coverage, and decided just to throw it away and live another down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. McCoy. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is caught. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Looking to throw. McCoy to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing you always see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers who saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring it indeed with that score alone. Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then a pick up on the other side, a scoop, and a score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The return is Cooper from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing on first down, McCoy. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time is run out on this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.